Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson for Thursday, April 2nd. This is our unique lesson. Today is all about communication and accepting constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is when somebody tells you that maybe you're not doing something totally right. Or they might be giving you feedback on something you're doing and telling you that there's a better way you could be doing it. It's really, really hard to accept constructive criticism, even for adults. It's never easy to have someone tell you you're doing it wrong, but it is important that you know that this is a normal thing that happens, especially when you're at work. A lot of times, we have to accept constructive criticism from our bosses. We have to learn to follow directions. Following directions is really important when learning new skills and when you're receiving feedback from your supervisors. So if your supervisor is telling you that, hey, you need to wipe the tables better, here's a better way to do it. These are some rules for how you can accept what they're telling you. A lot of times when someone says, you're not doing that right, it's natural for us to get upset or frustrated and want to say something maybe not so nice to the person pointing out our mistakes. This is a great chart on how you can accept constructive criticism. You can see there's somebody at work and it looks like somebody's talking to them about their job. It looks like they're mopping and maybe their boss is going to tell them that they aren't mopping correctly. Here's what you need to do when you get constructive criticism. Stay calm. So don't get upset. Keep your body nice and calm with your hands by your sides and just take some deep breaths. Look at the person talking. If somebody comes over to you and says, hey, I need you to wipe the tables better, you should look at them when they're talking and nod your head so they know you're listening. Listen. That's very important. You should always pay attention to what they say you need to work on. Even though it's hard to accept that you might not be doing the best job, in the future it will only help you. Ask questions if needed. So you could always say, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, or how do you do it better? That's okay. Then at the end of the conversation, let your boss or person telling you that you're doing something wrong say, I will try. All you can do is try. It might be really hard. It might take a while for you to get good at something or to do it differently. But if you tell somebody, I will try to do better, that is super important. That will make them feel better and you feel better. So we're going to read a little story about our friend Rhett. It looks like Rhett's thinking about something, maybe bowling, but I see that he has a mop in his hand. So let's see what is going on here. Rhett is mopping the floor in the break room. He wants to hurry. He is going bowling after work today. So it sounds like Rhett is super excited to go bowling. I would be too. But they said he wants to hurry, which means he's not taking his time when he's doing his job. Rhett's supervisor is watching him. He did not see Rhett mop under the table. He did not see Rhett move the chairs. So this is interesting. Why would Rhett need to move the chairs and mop under the table? Think about that. Rhett's supervisor will talk to him. Rhett's supervisor wants to make sure he understands his job. He wants Rhett to learn good work skills. So Rhett's supervisor has a choice. He can either say nothing and have Rhett not do a good job, or he can tell him that he's not doing it right. He's not moving the chairs and he's not mopping under the table. Rhett, I have been watching you mop. I see that you have missed some places on the floor. Remember, it is important to mop under the table and chairs. It is really important to mop under the table and chairs when you're working on something like mopping. That's because that's where people eat and there might be crumbs on the ground. So the point of mopping is to clean. Rhett tries to stay calm and just listen to his supervisor. Rhett looks at his supervisor while he talks to him. What do you guys think? Is that a good choice? He's staying calm, listening, and looking at his supervisor. I'm giving him a thumbs up. That sounds like he's really paying attention and he's not talking back, which is really important, especially with your boss. Rhett sees that his supervisor is not upset. He is giving Rhett constructive criticism by reminding him of what he needs to do. Rhett's supervisor even shows him how to do it. Wow, that is awesome. That's the way it should be when you get constructive criticism. It's somebody just reminding you what you need to do and making sure you understand. So when you're at a job site and if your job coach comes over and explains something to you, we shouldn't get upset. We should listen, stay calm, and make sure that we're really paying attention to how we can get better at our job skills. Rhett's supervisor asks Rhett if he has any questions. Rhett says that he does not and that he will try to do better work. His supervisor likes that. Why do you think his supervisor likes that? It's probably because his supervisor now knows that Rhett is accepting the criticism and he's going to try to do it differently. That would make a supervisor happy because Rhett's learning better job skills and going to do the job better than before. Rhett goes back to mopping. He is more careful now. Bowling will wait. He wants to make sure that his supervisor is pleased with his work. So this is great. Instead of getting mad and storming off or giving up on his job, Rhett is trying harder. He's moving the chairs, he's going under the tables, and he's really listening and applying what his supervisor told him. That's how we should all act when we are at a job site. See how Rhett and his supervisor are smiling? That's because they work together. I really want to stress that when you're working at a job outside of Monmouth Regional and you don't have a job coach anymore, it's still really important to respect the person who is in charge of you. And you need to make sure that you're making good choices by listening and saying, I will try. Now that we finish reading the story and looking over how we can accept constructive criticism, what I'm going to have you do is watch a short YouTube video on constructive criticism and complete an activity about it. You're going to have to use this chart to figure out if the person accepted the constructive criticism or if they did not accept the constructive criticism. I will provide the instructions online for what activity you will complete after watching the YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I'm looking forward to our last unique lesson for tomorrow, which is Friday. We will have spring break until the following Tuesday, and I'll give you more information on that tomorrow. Bye!